never really know what's just going to explode with Huber. Huber's going to be excited about things.
Yeah.
But like some game looks good, and something like Ghost Recon. You weren't really into that when they first attached that name on. So we were like, what?
Yeah.
And excited, I believe, would pale in comparison to the reaction Huber got for seeing For Honor for the first time.
Yes.
And so this
Tell me everything.
This is one of those games that we have lots of questions for. I think the first question being,
This is not the game I expected you to pick.
Yeah.
what of
Good
the stuff
job.
that we
Throw
saw
those curveballs.
on stage? What else? What did you get to play that? Or was it
So I
something
did.
different?
I played so much of For Honor, and out of the things I played, without a doubt, it was the most impressive one. Out of the things that I played.
Yes.
Out of the things that you
Victory.
played,
Yeah.
everything you played today.
So I saw a bunch. I'm distinguishing between what I saw
Sure,
and what
sure.
I played. It is everything you and I have talked about wanting that game to be. That's exactly
Was it
what it is.
intimate?
It was. It was intimate, but it was more than that. So For Honor is this game where you have this team of we played as knights. You can also play as samurai and other characters. But everyone that I was playing with was a knight with a longsword, basically. And they ran us through this brief tutorial. And at first, I was like very flummoxed. I'm like, oh no, this feels bizarre, because how it works is you use the right analog stick to kind of get the position that you want to be in, right? So if you want to attack to the left, you put the right analog stick to the left, and then you either hit light attack or heavy attack. If you want to attack from above, you put the left analog stick or the right analog stick up, and you attack from above. But that's also how you block. So if somebody is attacking you from the left, you have to have the left analog stick to the left in order to block them. And as you get better at the game, you can read based on what you see. So if somebody's coming at you and their sword is like this, you know they're very likely going to attack at you from the top. And what I fell in love with For Honor is that I learned very organically. There weren't like tooltips in front of my face. It was, I went in, got massacred, saw how I was attacked, learned, went right back to that jerk that killed me, and I said, you and I, let's fight, let's dance on this battlefield. And I took him down. And it was
That sounds awesome.
one of the most satisfying multiplayer kills I've ever had was that
But
moment.
I have a question. So
Yeah.
you died, and then you said you went back. So did
Yeah.
you start a new match, or are there respawns?
No, there are respawns,
Okay.
but there's a condition on that. So it is a control point style mode is what we played. And so there are these 3 points. And you try to be the first team to get to 1,000 tickets, essentially. And as you have dominance over a point, you gain tickets for as long as you have control. And once you reach 1,000, though, the other team can't respawn. So you have to kill all of them, or they can break you, and they break you by taking over one of your control points.
This is awesome.
It is awesome.
This is awesome.
I had an interview immediately after For Honor with Jason, the guy with the cane.
Yo!
He was the most excited human being. He was incredible, and he told me
to see
the story of how For Honor came to
guy
be.
is
And I'm not
high.
kidding. Okay, this guy is the most intimidating person I've ever interviewed. I sit down on the couch. He's got the cane there with him. It's got this like silver top. He's got all these rings on. He's got this like huge mane of hair, and he says, "Hello, warrior." I'm like, okay, all right.
So into it.
And,
I mean, that's like the best week of that guy's life.
Yeah.
He's got to sit on the secret for so long.
Yeah, and that's what he came across. And he said the first thing he said was, I said, how did For Honor come to be? And he said, well, I was doing mixed martial arts in Southern Los Angeles. I'm not kidding. I'm not making any of this up. And I was walking home from my mixed martial arts class, and I was thinking about, how it felt. I wanted to capture the emotions of the battlefield. And he's like, well, maybe I can use the right stick for that. And he said, so I started prototyping things. And he told me, and I was shocked, he's been pitching this game for more than a decade. And he went around to everyone and shot down. He said, they told us, we don't make this kind of game. And then he finally had success.
What do you attack with? What's your attack button?
So your attack button, you have 2 different attacks. So if you hit the bumper, that's a light attack.
Okay.
If you hit the right trigger, that is your...
The right bumper.
The right bumper is your light attack. The right trigger is your heavy
So
attack.
everything's on the right. So I'm
But
doing all this with my...
you can't just
Right.
hit those buttons to attack. you have to point in a direction.
Right.
And you can't do it very quickly either. You have to kind of fake people out, right? You have to say like, okay, I'm going to trick him into think I'm going to be attacking from the left, and then I switch to the right and do a light attack. And then once I get the light attack in, I'm going to do a heavy attack from the top to finish him off.
It looks like you got
it's so
ranged
good.
attacks as well. Looks like we got like airstrikes or something.
Yes.
You can like pick a location.
So
and...
it's kind of a kill streak style thing. So as you gain points from your team, whether it's by killing the enemy or capturing points, there are also sort of these MOBA style minions that are on the battlefield that you need to clear out in order to capture a point.
Okay.
You can kill them instantly, but he said they're kind of for people that maybe aren't as good at the game that want to contribute. They can kind of go in and clear these things. Once you get enough points, you unlock different tiers of sort of essentially kill streaks. That's not what they're called in the game, but for the sake of simplicity, that's what I'm going to call them. The first one is you rally your troops, right? And so you have these AI buddies that you can see getting slaughtered on the battlefield, and you go up to them and you hit your kill streak and you rally them, and they're like, "Yeah, let's go!" And they rush on to the next point.
Do you give an epic speech?
No, it's a roar. It's just a
Okay.
roar.
It's a 5-minute speech. It's a little, we're not sure if it works.
Ride
It'd
out.
Be too
See,
repetitive. Yeah.
The next tier of the kill streak, you can heal yourself.
Okay.
And you get actually multiple charges of that. Oh man, there's something I want to talk about immediately after this. The final one that you get is you can signal, you can target a point on the map, and you can call down a flaming boulder from a catapult. That's pretty cool. The one thing that I wanted to talk about, and this is where I sort of said, is this what you meant when you said capturing emotions on the battlefield? He says, yes, you get it, exactly. So once you kind of get locked in combat with somebody, right, you're in it. It's not easy to escape. And they sort of hammer this home. Once you get low on health, once you get to like your final life bar, your bar flashes red, and this happened to me. This was one of my like first encounters. My bar was flashing red. I said, "No, I need to escape. There's no way I'm going to win this fight." And because my health was so low, I couldn't sprint. I couldn't even run at a normal pace. I could only limp away. Wow. And so my character is trying to like limp away, get away from this battlefield. And the enemy knight just comes and runs his sword through me. And it was, it sucks to have that happen to you, but again, it created that moment where I felt scared and helpless, and the other guy felt triumphant. Because he killed me with a heavy attack, he got to do an execution and lop off my head.
Ben,
Yeah.
you're saying how when your health was low, you're having trouble moving. Did it feel like Bushido Blade kind of? Remember on PS1 you get hit and you get weaker in that sense.
Yeah, I think Bushido Blade is a very, very good comparison. I also think Jedi Outcast were sort of those one-on-one Jedi duels. It also felt very much like that. But the thing is it's not just these one-on-one duels. It's a team game, right? And so the way that my team eventually rallied to victory is we wouldn't just take guys one-on-one. We would go and we say, hey, there's one guy at B. You and me, let's go and let's get him. And it's so much easier to kill somebody if you're
two on one. If you're the one, can you take two out? Or
you can.
My next question.
Yeah. You can't. And that's sort of the thing, right? That's the emotions that he keeps coming back to you. Is you can do it. The defense system works in such a way where if you're a god at it, if you really practice, you can parry all of the attacks that are coming at you. And you can guard break, and you can get in, and you can definitely defeat 2-on-1 if you're good enough.
This all sounds like chivalry a lot to me, which I really like. Would you say this is like a better version of that?
I don't think it's necessarily better. It feels a little bit different by the nature of it being third person. But what I was most surprised at is I think For Honor is a very complex game that is super easy to understand. You do that 5-minute tutorial and you have a very solid grasp. Like they did an excellent job of mapping all of these actions onto one stick.
Ian Hink brought up a good point yesterday, actually. He said there's a lot of HUD. I noticed even when you're holding R to the different side, does that really even need to be there? Don't you know visually like which side your blade is facing? Do you think the HUD was obtrusive at all?
I think that's actually a very good criticism. I don't think the Ian Hink, I think that's a very good criticism. I don't think the right stick thing needs to be there, but my guess is that it is just there for the demo. I mean, these are people playing the game for the very first time. It's just a little bit of extra information.
Maybe there's a hardcore mode, no HUD at all.
Because
it shows their health too. That's really important if you know how much health someone has.
I actually like that information. I think it's important. If this was just one-on-one battles, maybe you could get away with it not being there. But because it's team-based, I think it's important for the health to be there. Hopefully, you can either remove the right stick thing in the final game, or it's just not there at all.
And I just had one last question. You
Yeah.
were talking about the creeps.
Yeah, you can call them creeps.
I'm just gonna call them creeps.
Uh-huh.
Is it wise for someone to push a lane by themselves with the creeps if they can die in one hit? Wouldn't it be wise to just be with all of them and kill all the opposing enemy creeps? Are your troops moving forward on the battlefield as you eliminate the other ones?
So your troops will move forward on the battlefield if they don't encounter resistance, right? And so that's what really this mode of For Honor is all about. It's not just sort of like picking a decision and going with it. The only time I had success is when I looked at the map as a whole and we addressed what areas needed our help.
So there's multiple armies fighting in different areas.
It's you're not really kind of going through this area. It's all open to you at once, and you need to figure out where you need to be.
Awesome,
Dude. This is it. This is our game. This is
awesome
our game.
For this.
We say right out in Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
It will have so much more meaning.
It looks
in
so
For Honor.
hardcore.
And you know what? I have to say, it ran almost flawlessly. It
that's
looked
pre-alpha,
fantastic.
though. When are we
Yeah,
doing that?
it
This is
looked
decent for
fantastic.
pre-alpha.
It ran super smooth.
How much longer,
Super
man?
impressive. Yeah.
When are we
I-
doing
I don't think there's a damn thing this man could have said that would have gotten us more excited for
Yeah.
this game to
Yeah.
confirm pretty much. Yeah,
We're
what was-
on
we're
it.
the
looking at right now, that's the
emotions
end.
of the battlefield.
Yeah, that is the
Emotion.
best thing. Any date?
The only thing we know is that they're going to do a beta in August.
Good beta summer, folks.
We'll be there.
Beta in August.
Thanks for checking it out, Ben.
Thank you.